Until the late 1700s, static electricity was the only known form of electricity. There was no known way of storing electricity for usage. In 1775, Italian physicist Alessandro Volta announced the discovery of the electrophorus. The electrophorus was a new sort of instrument that could store static electricity. The electrophorus stored an electric current and allowed it to be used in a controlled environment. It wasn't until 1821 that a man discovered how to create electricity. Danish physicist Hans Christian Ørsted discovered the phenomenon of electromagnetism. Ørsted noticed a compass needle deflected from magnetic north when an electric current from a battery was switched on and off, confirming a direct relationship between electricity and magnetism. Michael Faraday, who worked alongside Humphrey Davy and William Hyde Wollaston, invented electromagnetic rotation. This is basically when a magnet is spun in a continuous circular motion inside of a coiled copper wire, thus creating a flow of electrons. This idea also worked the other way around, with a copper wire being spun in between a magnet. All the electricity we use today is based from copper wires and rotating magnets used in power plants. Because of the advancements in electricity, we have been able to advance in communication between men. Communication was not as easy as it is today. They could not just pick up a cell phone and be connected to someone anywhere in the world. Communications has always been in place. The first is speech. Symbols were developed about 30,000 years ago and writing about 7,000 years ago. The first signs of telecommunications were drums and smoke signals used in Africa. The advancements of man and of technology has led to better means of communications. One of the earliest devices to aid with communication was the telegraph. The telegraph was developed in 1830 by Sir William Cooke, Sir Charles Wheatstone, Samuel Morse, Leonard Gale, and Alfred Vail. It worked by transmitting electrical signals over a wire laid between stations. Samuel Morse developed the code of dots and dashes to each letter of the English alphabet. This became what we know as of the Morse code. The first telegraph message was sent by Samuel Morse in 1844. It went from Washington, D.C. to Baltimore, Maryland, and contained the message, "What hath God wrought?" The invention of the telegraph inspired some form of communication between nations and seas. It would normally take weeks to correspond with other nations. The idea was proposed in 1845 to build a cable under the ocean to send a telegraph between the continents. There were many problems associated with the cable. The cable had to be insulated and strong. This technology at this time was very new. The manufacture of the cable started in 1857. On August 16, 1858, the first message was sent. It contained, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth, peace, goodwill to men." Unfortunately, the first cable did not last. It would take 2 more attempts to finally lay a cable with no problems. Within 20 years, there were 107,000 miles of undersea cable linking all parts of the world.